Plants vs. Zombies. You know this game from mobile of all places. The game that had all of the attention in 2009. An extremely weird game created by an even goofier developer. And a literal pothead. At some point in time, everyone was hopping on to play this goofy game. It was strange but amazing. Yeah, plot of the games were always very vanilla and had very stupid and annoying microtransactions. Getting a virgin EP in a lobby that had never touched a female besides his mother. Minus that, the game is just crazy fun. Then PvZ3 happened, and everyone died. This game may have the largest fall from the success. People say the game series is still active, but 5,000 players isn't super active considering that 80% of the players playing are on the original. The games have been abandoned. I can't even argue with that. So here in my video, I'm going to look back on PvZ to see what went wrong. When PvZ was coming up from the ground, everybody loved it. What? When you want to talk about it now, no one will remotely pay attention to you. Well, besides me, I hate and love this game so much. I would really like to share about how I feel, so grab your pots and graves. I'm going to turn into an angry bird because all I love is talking about anger.
Yeah, Mr. Crab.
Let's talk about Overwatch first. In Overwatch, you're just supposed to play as one of the 30-something characters and play in a 5v5. You gotta play in control and protect your base from the opponents that are attacking. That sounds similar to a game we used to love. Overwatch isn't very fun to a casual player. There are N-word sayers everywhere. The game is a perfect design for sweats to just never get off. And I just think to myself, why? Why does the more creative and heart-filled games get less attention than the average toxic game in 2023? There's literally no reason to play any PvZ game in the present day, because at one point you're just going to sit and see that you have every achievement and just leave, because there's not going to be any new content in the game. Unlike Overwatch, which just still adding new content to keep coming back to the game. The key factor that had everyone gone from the PvZ franchise was the disappointment that not just the mobile game had, but also the godforsaken shooter did. It took PopCap 3.5 years to make another sequel to the Garden Warfare series, which is alright, I guess, for PopCap standards, but they only added 3 PvE regions, and the first was awful anyway. They literally removed all the variants. You know the one everyone hates, Brainium Basher 9001. It was way too unintriguing for a PvZ game, and the content they added wasn't good. They focused more on cosmetics than anything. It sucked. The feedback the community gave out to fix things like PvZ2 and BFN, but then PopCap pretended like players didn't make their money. Instead, they threatened my life. They still continue their behavior to this day, just slightly worse. They made PvZ a match game, and as bad as the game is, it wasn't even made by PopCap. But this game just sucks. It isn't fun. If you ever want to check it out, don't even. It's not worth it. Even with all the doo-doo PvZ is covered in, I just play the parts that aren't covered in doo-doo, like PvZ, Heroes, Garden Warfare 2. These are the golden games in the franchise. But the only thing I can't understand in these games is the leveling up system in Garden Warfare 1. If you do understand this, your brain must be as big as Zomboss's, because Garden Warfare 1, leveling up takes as long as an hour, because you can have challenges like run around the sun 16 times. When in Garden Warfare 2, all you have to do is play the game. Yeah, I wonder why no one has Unicorn Chopper PopCap. Most of the time you spend in Garden Warfare 1 is spent playing the game, not doing these challenges. Imagine trying to play PvZ 1 and to proceed to the next level, you have to kill 15 zombies with a walnut at once. It's stupid. It takes generations to max out a character, only to realize you need to play scientist challenges, which are by far the worst, PopCap. The game is annoying and really unfun. This game gets way too much praise for being the original. The worst thing about the franchise as a whole is the change. Look, I get it. You want to try new things, but when a formula isn't broken, don't try to fix it, because it just leads to this. What the fuck is this? I'm not only here to shit on the games. It's genuinely fun if you just try to ignore some games that are just god-awful. The concept about plants fighting zombies will eventually reach its point, because like the franchise simply reached its peak to where they will never do better, and that's okay. I love all character choices we have in the games, and the creativity is just covered in a bunch of EA. So what happened in the long term for Plants vs. Zombies? Well, the people got fed up. They just learned that PvZ only kept the concept and became a completely different game. I still like the game, but I don't enjoy playing it alone. All PopCap has to do is clean off the doo-doo. So I will rate this game Electro Citron out of 10, guys. Fuck you, PopCap.